Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to a very special Wow Wednesday. As you know, I am Nancy Matthews, one of the founders of Women's Prosperity Network, and today I am joined on screen with my partner, the co-founder of Women's Prosperity Network, and my sister, Trish Carr. Welcome, Trish.
Hey, thank you, Nancy. I'm so happy to be here.
We are thrilled to be here, and today's a big monumentous, if that's really a word, day, because today we're celebrating the 14th anniversary of this Wow Wednesday show. So think about that. Every single Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern. And when we started 14 years ago, it was on a teleconference line. I still remember the phone number if you want to know it, but we don't use that anymore. A couple of years ago, we transitioned to go on video as well. The benefit for the audience is you don't need to be on video. You can be sipping your coffee, have your slippers and your bathrobe on, or whatever, and just join us for this midweek boost of motivation, education, and inspiration. And while Trish and I are here on screen, Susan Winner is with us behind the scenes, of course, making sure that we have everything we want and need for ourselves and for you. Susan Winner, let me hear your
Yes, very comfortable behind the scenes. Thank you, ladies, in my PJs.
I know there was a beauty to being on audio only, wasn't there, ladies?
Absolutely.
I'm sure everyone listening will agree.
Yeah.
We used to do we used to do everything on audio, teleclasses. We get together for our masterminds on audio. It seems
Which is
so
great for me because I'm an audio learner.
Ah, that's very good. It's very 20th century, that whole teleclass thing.
Well, yes.
Anyway, so welcome everyone to this 14th anniversary celebration, and we wanted to do a couple of things special for you today. So the first is our topic of conversation is going to be, how did we and continue to create this amazing community that consists of all of you? Because I would venture to guess that you'd love to have a thriving, booming, vibrant community that loves what you do and tells everyone else about it, so that you get to build your community through referrals as well. So I have a feeling you would like that. So that's going to be the conversation of topic today. And because we're celebrating our anniversary, we love to give away prizes. So combined with our conversation about building a thriving community is going to be a little bit of WPN trivia. And for those of you that have been around a while, this is your opportunity to bring that stuff to the fore. Trish, tell them how we're going to play the game with giving away prizes.
Oh, we have just a few trivia questions that we're going to be putting out there. We tried to make them attainable, and you can probably use Siri, Alexa, Google to help you with those.
No, just answer the questions. We don't want to play like that.
I don't know. I think it's fair to use the interweb to help us.
Or ChatGPT.
Well, ChatGPT probably won't know these specific trivia questions like
wait. Are we going to start with the first one? We might as well.
You want to?
Absolutely. So here's how it's going to work. We are going to ask a question, and we have a list of a variety of prizes to give away when you get the answer right. So here's how we're going to do it. If you are here with us on Facebook, you'll put your answer in the comment thread. So the first answer that we see, the first person with the answer, it's like hitting that buzzer on Jeopardy, right? Boom. But we're not playing Jeopardy. So you're going to give the answer in the comments on Facebook, or if you are here with us on Zoom, you will put it in the chat. So be with us on Zoom. And if you're on the phone, I am not quite sure how we're going to do that. Actually, what I'm going to do, if you're just with us on the telephone, and we've got a few people, you're just going to scream out the answer. I think that's what we'll do. So
Really?
you hit *6 to unmute yourself, and you'll just yell out the answer. So let's do a test and an actual prize giveaway. Trish, do you have a prize ready to go? So what are they going to win? And let's start with the first WPN trivia question. I will ask this: if you're on your phone, just mute your phone yourself until it's time to give your answer, so that we've still got great sound quality.
Okay, so you want you know what would be really fun? You know what would be really fun? The best, you want to give away the best first?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's going to be some 2024 planning going on next week, or actually this Friday and 2 Fridays from now, a couple different times. It's all about getting answers to your question, confirming what it is you need to do to get your act together, so you're not starting on January 1st, but you are hitting the ground running on December 27th, right? So let's give that away.
Okay, awesome.
So there's coaching, laser coaching from Nancy Matthews, the woman who created 4 businesses, made all kinds of money, and knows what the heck she's doing.
Has a brand new thing she's launching in 2024 as well, which you'll find out about later.
Maybe. All right. So this is a laser coaching session. It's a group session, and you get your answers individually to you from Nancy Matthews at this session. You have a choice of 4 different times, so you'll be able to make one of them for sure. And you have a question in mind, or do you want me to do that too?
Yeah, you do the question, and I'll take care of the posting and all that other stuff.
Okay, so this is so easy. I'm going to make
here's how this is going to work. As soon as you hear the question, if you're with us by telephone, just shout it out and I'll figure out who went first. If you're here with us on Zoom, write it in the chat. If you are on Facebook, write it there. So what I'm thinking is we might end up giving away 3 of these with the one question.
Well,
I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
Are you kidding? Me too. All right. So here's the question. The question is, where are the sisters from? And I'm going to tell you it's New York. Now you need to
Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn.
Okay.
I said it first.
Barbara Johnson said it first.
Barbara Ellison said it first. Mary Jane Charles came in on. So we've got 3 winners. Susan, are you there?
I am here, pen in hand. Mary Jane Charles.
Mary Jane
Barbara
Charles.
Ellison.
Barbara Ellison.
No, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was somebody else.
Okay,
Barbara Johnson.
It was Barbara Johnson. It was Barbara Johnson. It was Barbara Johnson.
So, and Lisa Perez on Facebook.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Yay. Oh, that was easy, right? Wasn't that an easy one?
Well, when we talk like this, they figured it out. What are you going to say? Come on, forget about it.
Yeah, but we don't talk like that anymore, and at least not in front of each other. I mean, not in front of people.
Right. So that was fun. We're going to continue to do that throughout our Wow Wednesday show today. But let's jump in to a little bit of content, because as you're working creating your plan for 2024, part of what you want to do is attract more ideal clients, attract more joint venture partners and strategic alliances, which is all about having people who align with what you're up to, believe in what you're up to, and want to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. So the first question that we want to come to in this foundation of really building a raving loyal fan base has to do with what is the messaging. So you have a vision and a desire for the impact that you want to make. Now, how do you communicate it to others? And I remember when we first began with Women's Prosperity Network, and as a matter of fact, I don't think we're going to do a trivia question on this, so I'm going to just spill the beans a little bit. When back in 2007, 6 and 7, the sisters, Trish, Susan, and I had started doing a coaching company that was primarily teaching other people how to do the real estate investing of flipping houses that we were doing. So people kept asking us, and that's how we created a coaching business. As people said, too many people said, how do you do that? Teach me. And that's when we created a coaching business. So in any event, we were in that business lane when I went to a conference to have to improve my speaking skills, because I was not good. I was terrified. My closing ratio wasn't good. Like, I needed training big time. And Trish had gotten me over the fear of speaking on stages. Now I needed to become skilled at the process. So I went to this event, and the passion about serving women and being a women speaker and a woman leader was really ignited at this event. And a woman there said, hey, I'm starting a women's seminar company, and I'd love you to be our real estate expert. So I became involved in that community, in the foundation of that as one of the partners. The business model was not good, but that's a story for another day. What I wanted to share is, with this seed of an idea to create something different for women in business, back before it was even Women's Prosperity Network, we wanted to create a community where women supported each other, stood up for each other, that we focused on growing our businesses as well as living a beautiful, holistic life, that there were plenty of places women could go for social aspects, for business aspects. They could go to conference, but where was there a continuing community of support for women to thrive in every area of their lives? And with that messaging, before any company was even formed, we went out and started a founding membership. Trish, do you remember this?
Yes, we pulled all of our closest friends together at a restaurant, and we said, look, we're starting this thing. We're not exactly sure what we're going to deliver or how we're going to deliver it, but we're creating a community that's different. And we had 30 people in the room, maybe. And we said, what we say? We said, give us $100 so we have members.
We did a founding membership for $49.
$49. Give us $49, and now we have members. We're a legit community. Get us going. So it was our little seed for $50. Yeah, I forgot it was $50. And next thing you knew, we had a community.
Right. And so it started with this seed of desire to create something different. So what we refer to this as in our coaching is your rally cry. So to create your communities, to grow your communities, it's really essential to get clear on what is your vision, and then how do you communicate it. And Trish, you do a beautiful job of giving people, a framework for this. Can you give them some tips on how to create their rally cry?
Yes. To have a quote unquote rally cry, and that's the term that we use, it's simply about tapping into your passion about what it is you do, and the real motivation for doing it. It's about looking at the reason you had a burning desire to fix whatever the problem was that caused you to start your business. Because you can, well, let me tell you, when we first started Women's Prosperity Network, when you first started your business, one of the first things we learned how to do was speak about what we do, right? You know how we agonized over, how do I introduce myself? I'm Trish Carr, and I'm the founder of blah, blah, blah. And don't we do that? We have trainings on how to do your 1-minute infomercial, how to introduce yourself in a networking meeting, how to introduce yourself from the stage. All we did was make sure that we were doing that. Well, I wasn't doing a great job of that, I'll tell you right now, because I was talking about networking, learning, coaching, training, masterminding, which was great. And we grew the community. But I told this story when we were at the legendary Level Up last weekend. So I have this friend who has been my friend for many years. We're in the same business. We go to events, we do things together. So Heshi Siegel, many of you know Heshi. And I don't know, I'm like 4 years into Women's Prosperity Network already, and she's not a member. And I'm like, okay, she's not a member. So Nancy, Susan, and I were invited to speak in Orlando at an event. And we get on stage, and the host was asking us about the inspiration to start Women's Prosperity Network.
Momentary shout out to Wendy Lipton Dibner.
Yes, that's where we were. Wendy Lipton Dibner. And so it's really easy for me to get on my soapbox. Susan calls me a rebel with a cause because I've been a rebel with a cause my whole life. And she was asking about the inspiration. So I was talking about that, not networking, not training. And I said, you know, every time I turn on the TV, I see women in a reality situation, quote unquote reality, and they're backbiting witches. They're creating drama, they're fighting with each other. And I'm sick and tired of that because that is not my reality. That is not the reality I have lived in. This BS about women not supporting each other, that women are out to get themselves first and everybody else second, is it's the biggest lie ever. In fact, Women's Prosperity Network is about women coming together arm in arm to show the world who we are. We are women who are positive. We look for solutions. We're not bitching and moaning. We are getting stuff done. And the more of us that come together, standing together, being together, the more the world will see us. And women, business owners in particular, will be given the respect and the due that we should get. Because let me tell you something, if we could earn $1 million in our businesses, each of us, there would be no recession. There would be no depression. Women already bring in $1.5 trillion in their businesses. And I went on and on and on and on and on.
She's doing it now because you can feel the passion, and this goes beyond just I'm an accountant. You know?
Exactly. So here's what happens. I get off stage, I walk toward my seat, and Heshi Siegel comes up to me and says, I'm joining now. Like that was what she needed to hear. That was my rally cry. That was why I do what I do. I do what I do. We have Women's Prosperity Network because together we can create the world we all want to live in. And that we're doing through our products, our projects, and our services. And when we come together, we are unstoppable.
I got to tell you how fun this is. I'm seeing the comments on Facebook. Gail is sharing her rally cry. Speak from your heart. Your voice matters. Carla Hutchinson is like, I know when it was founded. Gail Ellis is like, getting her done. Yes, yes, yes. Trish is on a roll. Yes, she is. Simone Rivers. Good morning, my beautiful friends. Locking arms. Yes.
That's what it's about. And as soon as I tapped into that, I had people flocking to me to be a member, Heshi Siegel being the first one. And that, my friends, is what you must find to rally your tribe around you. It's not enough that you're an accountant. It's not enough that you do hair for a living. It's not enough that you work with women to build their self-esteem and confidence. That's great. But there are other people who do that. What makes you different? What is it that is lighting the fire under you? Barbara Johnson is an accountant, but Barbara Johnson's on a mission to ensure that the tax law that's 1,000 pages and deliberately meant to confuse you, that you are given the same opportunity as everybody else to use that tax law to your benefit and to make sure that you keep as much of your hard-earned money that you can. Because the system is really rigged against us. It's not easy to do your taxes. It's not easy to figure out what's deductible, what's not deductible. And that's why, go ahead.
Nellie Williams, who is also
Yes, Nellie.
tax and finance, and hers is about protecting you. Her rally cry that she shared with us on Level Up this weekend was, it ticks her off that these do-it-yourself software companies make it seem like this is the best way to go about doing your taxes. And meanwhile, many times they're setting you up to get audited and get in trouble or not take advantage of the many things that are available to you. So both of them, Barbara and Nellie, are both in the same industry, and there's a different spark to the passion. Like Trish and I, it's even different. So for me, the why behind Women's Prosperity Network is I was a single mom, and I managed to raise up my kids and provide for my kids as a single mom because I was in a horrible marriage. But I had the strength and fortitude to leave that marriage, and I knew how to make money. I had friends.
Jump
in horrible. Oops, what was that?
That was me. That was me.
I had friends that would that stayed in really unhealthy relationships because they didn't know how to provide for themselves. And I want every woman to know that you can do it. Deborah Morrison, we can do it. Women, I want you to know that no matter what, you can make it on your own. It's great to be in relationship, but every single woman should know exactly how easy it can be to provide for yourself and provide for your family.
Right. And then all it takes is somebody guiding the way who has your best interest at heart, who has heart, right? And who has been in the struggle you're in right now. So yeah, for me too. I was getting divorced. Here's what was happening for me at the time. So we started Women's Prosperity Network in 2008.
I think we need to do another prize and a thing. It's like really.
Oh yeah. Let's do that. Let's do another prize. Okay. So, all right, let me get on Facebook so I can see how fast everybody's going to do
I'll
this.
take care of that. I don't
Okay.
want. I just need you to focus on the question and the prize.
Well, how about the prize is ooh.
I want to point something out. So Trish was talking about her passion and her rally cry for why Women's Prosperity Network. And then I gave a slightly different why behind it and passion behind it. And now I'm getting comments in the chat because I related to someone that's why they need and want to be a part of this community, right? So defining your rally cry is going to have you attract the ones that you're meant to serve, that you're meant to partner with to grow bigger and larger than you ever could. So it's really, really key. Sorry, Trish.
No, that's okay. Okay, so here's a ticket. I'm going to give away a ticket to my favorite training in all the world. I bet you know what it is.
The Business of Speaking.
Yes, the Business of Speaking. Nancy was talking about how she started with somebody saying there aren't enough women speakers. We need more women. Business of Speaking is about becoming and honing the skills that you have, because Nancy Matthews just mentioned that she took a class because she had to get better and better at selling, at sales, at being able to speak from the stage. She got rid of the fear, but she needed the technique. Well, let me tell you, she's not done. She still goes to training because you are never done when it's about speaking. Communication is the number one way to grow your business. In fact, I say this all the time. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world, says the easiest, fastest way to become worth 50%, to increase, your net worth by 50% is honing your communication skills. So Business of Speaking, Now here's the question. Oh, this will be fun. Okay, so there's three sisters.
Yeah, I want to shout something out. Remember that because we've probably had people join us after we got started. If you are here on the telephone, you're just going to speak it out. If you are here on Facebook, put the answer in the comments. If you're here on Zoom, put the answer in the chat. And we will do our best to figure out who goes first and who gets what.
Okay, so there are three, count them, three sisters. The pretty one, and the prettier one. You guess who's who. But there is a brother. What is the first name of the brother?
Mike.
Wow. Who was that?
I think that was Mary Jane.
Yes, and I'll give it to you even though he's Michael.
I rolled it around somehow.
Michael. You got it. Mikey. He used to be when he was younger, he was Mikey Carr. Hey, Mikey.
Of course.
Right, Brooklyn.
Right,
Mikey.
Right, so we got a lot of winners in the house for this, Susan. So we are going to go to Nancy Jones on Facebook gets to the business of speaking. Mary Jane Charles gets a ticket because she was on the phone, and Elisa Colasso gets a ticket. She was the first one on the Zoom chat. So we're giving away 3 of each thing. Wasn't exactly what we planned, sisters, but there's 3 of us. There's 3 methods. Everything is good in 3s. So let's just keep doing it. What do you say?
I say yes.
I'm pretty impressed.
I would like to interject. I signed up yesterday, so I will forward my tickets back. Someone else can win.
Okay. Oh,
you can donate a ticket.
Yeah, why don't you give it to somebody that you would love to see participate? Let's do it that way because that'll help us. And
do they have to be here?
No. You have the tickets. It's kind of like when you get tickets to the Bruce Springsteen concert you want to see, that you'll call me up instead of Trish.
I will. Well, I'll take Michael. How's that?
Yes.
Okay, so Meredith Kimmel.
Well, just call Susan.
Yeah, Susan, y'all will take care of it. Meredith, did you hear your name? That's really cool. Okay, so Michael is the brother. His his name is Michael Thomas Carr, and we used to call him Empty Car.
Oh.
Get it? Empty Car.
Got it.
And he deserved that because for my whole life, he would torture me and tell me I was adopted.
Oh.
He tortured me all the time. He was your typical big brother. His goal in life was to annoy me. He did very well. That's what big brothers are for, right?
And
anyway, very good. Good job, Michael.
He taught me how to do the same thing. I was very annoying.
Yes, you still are.
My brother taught me I sat with them through the Three Stooges, so I have all that in my brain. And I know how to give a noogie, and I know how to Indian wrestle.
Oh,
there you go.
Good, very
Mary
good.
Jane. All right, my friends. All right, Trish.
Yes.
We are coming up to the halfway mark. We want to definitely support in taking some questions. And let's talk about, before we do that, I want to go into one other piece about this, creating your rally cry and building a community and a tribe. And that the next place that I want us to go in this conversation is how do you convey this without, where is the line between really passionate emotion and either screaming or crying? It's a delicate dance to bring the right level of emotion, and you don't want to be sharing it and actually crying when you talk about it, do you?
Probably not. It's, I use a couple of phrases to give you a jumping off point for this. I'm not going to be crying. I get ticked off. That's my natural reaction to things. When I see injustice, Trish Carr is in the house to fix it, right? I get passionate and I can be too much. So I need to make sure I hold it back to a degree. Now, the two phrases are, it really ticks me off that. So it really ticks me off that every time I turn on the TV, I'm seeing women backbiting each other, right? That's how I started. But not everybody goes to anger, right? Or
I don't.
frustration. You don't.
Right. That's not my, it takes a lot to get me there.
Exactly. So instead of what am I ticked off about, it ticks me off that. Another statement would be, it would break my heart when I see. So it would break my heart when I was getting divorced in 2003, and I would see other women stuck in relationships they couldn't leave because they didn't have the economic backing to do it. They didn't make enough money to think they could live on their own. I was lucky enough to be able to walk out of a relationship that was not serving me, that was causing me to be not self-expressed, to be causing me to hold me down, to keep me from my true everything, to not being my authentic self, because I was able to do it because I had money. But it would break my heart when I would hear women say, I just can't leave. So one of the reasons I wanted Women's Prosperity Network to be a great community was for those women. So it's either something that ticks you off that's outside the person. I could simply say it would break my heart when I would see women not being self-expressed, when I would see women not being their authentic self.
Okay,
And I wanted to
give me 1 second, because I want to dial in for everybody to listen very closely to this distinction. This will make the difference for you between getting crickets when you share your message or attracting vibrant potential ideal clients and joint venture partners. This distinction is, get this, and it's going to make all the difference.
So the distinction is when you have your thing that ticks you off or a thing that would break your heart. And notice I don't say it breaks my heart. I want to thank
Sternberger.
Jerry Sternberger for pointing that out. It breaks my heart is a feeling. It would break my heart is not a right in my face. But anyway, the distinction is the thing that's causing your heart to feel like it does or to tick you off is something outside those people. So if I were to say it would break my heart every time I saw a woman who was self-expressed, every time I saw a woman who would bring herself out of the limelight, because we have been conditioned as women for most of our lives to be seen and not heard, to keep your thoughts to yourself, to let the man do it. We have been conditioned. And as a result of that, it's challenging for us to be self-expressed. It's challenging for us to say what's really on our mind. So notice, I could have said, it breaks my heart, or it would break my heart when I see women not being self-expressed, not being confident. That lays the blame on them. But when I say it breaks my heart not seeing women self-express because we've been conditioned from a society, as long as we're alive, to be quiet, to sit in the background, to not be seen, now the cause is outside of you. So it's not their fault that they're not, and you're not saying that. I get it. You don't say it's confident, you're not saying it's your fault you're not confident, but it is inferred when you speak it like that. You have to put it outside the person. Great example is nutrition and health. Nutrition and health. Most health practitioners want to make sure that we are taking personal responsibility. So we could say something like, it ticks me off when I see people who think it's so hard to lose weight and take off weight. It ticks me off that people don't know that there are ways that they can do that, and it's easier than they think. So that makes it my fault because I don't know. But instead, it ticks me off that the deck is stacked against us when it comes down to the support we get with the health pyramid that doesn't work, with food that is processed and created to feed the masses, but that makes us fat and makes us addicted. That's the problem outside. Now, once you attract your people and your tribe and you get in a relationship, then you can talk about personal responsibility. But if you're going to lead with that, I don't want anything to do with you because I don't want to be blamed for the problem. I've been living with it for how many years and I'm beating myself up already. Don't put it on me.
So
Really big
powerful.
distinction. Really big distinction.
Big distinction. So, and again, come to Business of Speaking, grab one of the trainings that we're doing, the Inspired Action Plan, to dial us in. Like, we're here to serve you because we are on a mission to co-create this amazing world. So join us. We're going to give another prize in a minute.
We are. We're like the Blues Brothers. You ever see the movie The Blues Brothers back in the day? We're on a mission from God. We gotta do this. All right, here's another question. Are you ready?
Okay, so in a moment I will be. I want to take a moment to acknowledge Birch Smith Lyons, sister. We love that you're in the house with us today. Yes. Another amazing community essence of being for you to tap into.
Yes. Talk about
Gail
somebody
Dixon.
who's making a big effect in the planet.
That's right.
Great.
Gail Dixon shared a couple of things on Facebook in this conversation we were just in, and I want to highlight them. And this speaks to the amazing, brilliant women that make up this community, which is all of you. So yay for you. Gail says, when you share about your rally cry and your mission and your vision, when you share, be on the verge of tears or angry, not over the edge.
Yes. And isn't that funny? Because women aren't allowed to be angry. Only men are allowed to be angry. When we get angry, we're called shrews. But men, it's okay for them. Sorry, I'm not getting on my soapbox, but it is true, ladies. I was talking to my husband yesterday, and we all joke about that Trish has resting beach face. I liked it. Nancy changed it. We all joke about Trish has resting beach face. But you know what? My face at rest is simply my face at rest. Now I want you to look around at men's faces at rest. I never hear a man being told he has resting beach face, ever. So
really true. Wow, that's big.
It's the truth. So anyway, let's do it. Let's do a prize. I'm going to be on my soapbox. You gave me. We did a Chat GPT. Nancy Matthews, tell everybody what you did with Chat GPT, because you're going to win this amazing package of templates and audio training. Nancy, tell them about the Chat GPT training.
So I would imagine most of you have heard of and tried Chat GPT, which can provide a plethora of research, resources, content, email marketing, social media. Like, it can do so many things. And because it can do so many things, you could spread yourself too thin. So I did a very targeted Chat GPT 3-part training series. So it's over 3 hours. I think it's a total of 6 hours of training, plus templates and prompts and tools, specifically designed for the number one thing we hear all of you want. I want more ideal clients. Wouldn't you say, Trish, that's what we hear? Like, when we do surveys, What do you learn? What do you most want? I need more clients.
Yeah.
Like, all right, let's create a training using ChatGPT for lead generation to create more quality ideal clients. So that's what we're going to be giving away. Is you'll get access to these 6 hours of training, as well as all of the templates and prompts to use with your chat GPT, your research assistant, as I like to call it. And again, if you're here on the phone, you're going to shout out the answer. If you are with us on Zoom, you're going to put your answer in the chat. And if you're with us on Facebook, you're going to put the answer in the comments.
Okay, here we go. All right, and you can use the interweb if you would like. When is Nancy's birthday?
Who's going to know that?
I don't know. It might be on the interweb.
January 20th.
No, so close. So
So
close.
she might get the winning though, because I can't imagine people are going to know my birthday.
I don't know if there.
I disagree.
What did you say?
I said, I disagree.
January
You're
24th.
Yes, who said
Oh,
that?
that was
January 24th.
24th. Who was that?
Dr. Inga.
Inga.
Dr. Inga. Very good. Michelle McHenry also has it. Yes, January 24th.
So where did you find it? On Facebook or something?
Of course it's on Facebook. Everything is on Facebook.
I've got blonde hair.
It's right there on Facebook. Congratulations, Dr. Inga. Who got it up here? Nancy Matthews. It was Burge Smith Lyons, it looks like.
Yep. Bird was the first one.
Oh, that's very fun. Thank you. And Carla Hutchinson says Darren Hardy says he has resting bitch face.
And he's very evolved, she said.
Yes.
All right, so our winners for this are Burge Smith Lyons and Barbara Johnson again.
And Dr. Inga.
And Dr. Inga.
Not Michelle McHenry?
Say that again?
I thought Michelle McHenry too.
We'll give it to Michelle McHenry too.
All right, say the names again. I have Dr. Inga, Michelle, Burge, and
Michelle McHenry. Barbara Johnson just says give it to Michelle.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, Deborah Morrison was so close.
ChatGPT. All right, that was a good one.
Well, let's do this.
Deborah Morrison has the year.
Well, yeah. Yeah, Deborah Morrison was close. She was really close. Lots of you were.
No, I'm just saying I have the year as well.
Oh yeah.
We're not going to go there.
No, you don't have to tell
we're
me
not going to do
that. No. It was 1992, wasn't it?
Something like that. There you go.
She's 31. So
That's when I had my baby.
Oh, that was your daughter, not you.
Right.
All right. So do we want to what do you want to talk about now?
Well, I want to open up for questions and
Good.
comments. We got about 15 minutes left. Let's take a couple of people with questions and comments. So please raise your hand or put your question in the chat or in the comments on Facebook about you building your community, your rally cry.
I want to hear what you're trying.
So we'd love to.
Hi, I'm Robin Johnson, and I'm on my phone, so I can't put it in chat or Facebook. But I'm just hopping on to say I was so loved what you said about, smashing the stereotype of women bashing other women. And Trish was on a podcast that I co-host called Women Investing in Women. And the purpose of the podcast is specifically to shine a light on women like Trish and Nancy and Susan, who are helping other women in the world. So she was a guest on our podcast. Deborah Morrison was a guest on our podcast because she helps widows with their finances. And if you want to find that podcast, go to Transform with Dr. Cass on YouTube, and then just scroll down to Women Investing in Women. So I just want to put the plug out there that Trish is a wonderful, wonderful guest, very inspiring, and you can find that in her mission there. So thank you.
Thank you, Robin. I'm so glad that you said that because Dr. Cass's podcast is great. Really, I loved listening to it. Not just mine, not just the one I was on or Deborah was on, but yeah, it is. It's about people supporting each other, and that's what we want to do. We always say we love each other to success, and we're so committed. We're as committed to the success of the woman next to us as we are to our own. That's what makes the difference. That's why, we always say when you're climbing the mountain of success and you get to the top and you raise your arms in victory, you take one arm, you put it out, and you bring another woman with you. That's what it's about. So thank you, Robin, for what you and Dr. Kaz do on the show. Appreciate everything you're doing.
So good. So good. All right. We've got a couple of questions that have been posed on Facebook. So I'm going to bring them to the platform. If you're with us on Zoom or the telephone, raise your hand, unmute yourself, and we'll be happy to take your questions. So let me go ahead. Questions or comments? And I'm going to start with Beverly Beach.
Yeah, Beverly.
What is the best way to attract donors in this type of group? So with your rally cry, with your mission, with your message, what you're up to, you want to be sharing that on podcasts, on social media, through email marketing. And I believe that the best way to attract donors is to be specific with the problem you're seeking to solve. So when we're talking about a not-for-profit organization and fundraising, the best way to attract donors and contributors and get grants is to be very specific on the problem you want to solve. Because me, as a donor, I will contribute, especially when I can say, I got to send 2 children in Africa to school for 10 years and they just graduated and are heading to college. Like, I want to know the specific thing that my money is going to. So if you have an ability, and that's how grants are going to work too. You want to do a research project, or you want to build a house in Haiti, or whatever it is. So for donors, get clear on what your rally cry is, and then give the donor, paint the picture of exactly how I can make a difference with my dollars.
Paint the picture is so important. Every time that you're watching TV and Sarah McLachlan comes on singing and they start showing the pictures of the pets who are abused and all the animals that need homes, that's the story. It's the individual people, animals that are being affected. So using that story with testimonials, and the best testimonial is bringing a few of the people who've benefited from what it is you do, so that they can share. This was my life before Beverly came to Haiti and made the difference she made, and this is what my life is like right now. So Beverly, it's painting that picture, whether it be with your words or with pictures or both, because that's your rally cry. Go ahead.
I couldn't agree more, Trish. With more and more in-person events, this is really valuable, not just to bring, principally to bring the people. Like, I was a fundraiser for the Women's Fund of New Jersey, and before I took the job, they were raising an abysmal amount of money, and I went to the top and I said, let me do this next year. So I did, and I brought in all, examples, 4 women whose lives had been saved and or changed and transformed by the work of the organization. There wasn't a dry eye in the place. We increased the contributions over 450% in 1 year.
Wow.
But more than that, when you bring women together in particular, there's a group think and a group feel that accentuates the opening up of your hearts and your wallets. And I think it's valuable.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you.
Yeah.
There was another question in there, Nance, from Carla.
I'm going to do that after we give away another prize.
Okay, good.
I got this handled, Trish.
You're good at this stuff, aren't you?
Aren't they so cute together?
So Beverly Beach, the person on the phone that was speaking is Deborah Morrison, and you can connect with her at wecandoitwomen.com. Yes, we can, but don't put that. Yes, we can. So wecandoitwomen.com. Please do connect with Deborah. And Susan, do you have an idea for a question and a prize?
Well, let's just see. How about, I love this one. Name one speaker from any of our 11 unconferences.
Oh,
Okay,
that's good.
so for several
Jack
years,
Canfield.
who was
Who was
that?
that, Deb?
Yeah.
Jack
Deb Morrison.
Canfield. Jack Canfield. That's one. Okay.
And Donna Smith. Wow, that is a deep cut. Well done, Tisha.
What'd she say?
On whatchamacallit, in Lawana Bradford. Yeah, we got some great stuff here. Donna Smith, who has the chairlift that she invented,
Yeah.
she was a speaker at one of our own conferences.
And look, Burge Smith Lyons said Burge Smith Lyons.
Yes, yes, yes. And my mentor, Dwayne Cummings. Look at you.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, very good.
Well,
What did they win?
what is the prize?
Everybody that wins this gets a print copy. They get a real book, like the old days of It's Just a Conversation.
Okay, it's just a conversation. I guess we're going to take that question off the table. It's just a
Because
conversation. What
it's
to
just
say?
a conversation.
It's just a conversation. What to say and how to say it in business. Written by the incredible Trish Carr and Deborah Silverman. And this book it's your handbook to communication. How do I collect money from people who owe it to me? How do I make sales? How do I cold call? How do I get to the gatekeeper? And then what about this body language thing? This is, even though I say so myself, great book. You can pick it up to any chapter and get what you need, or you can read it from beginning to end. Love it. I'm very proud of it. So yes, you're going to get a copy of It's Just a Conversation. And you can always get it on Amazon, of course.
Michelle McHenry goes, how did I not know this book existed? I'm going to buy it no matter what. Yeah, it's just a conversation, Michelle. All right, so our winners are Deborah Johnson. Deborah Morrison was the first one that spoke out. She said Jack Canfield.
Right.
Then we're going to go Tisha, Lux Image, and Tracy Oriami, who said Lawana Bradford. Yes. And then Burge Smith Lyons. So we're giving 4 of those ones.
All right. Got it.
Burge, I bet you Burge has 3 copies of my book.
She probably does.
I bet she gave them all away. I bet she could use another one.
I betcha. All right, that's fun. I have so many other questions, but I'm running out of prizes.
You'll have more prizes. There's
I can always come up with a prize, Trish. Don't you worry about that.
Edition.
Okay, so here's what we go. 10th anniversary edition. Here's a really deep cut question. We talked about the brother, whose name is Michael T. M.T. Carr. Where does the brother live? What city does the
Arizona.
brother live in? No?
Close. Cigar.
City. What city?
Phoenix.
No.
Not in Arizona.
Las Vegas.
Las
Vegas.
Vegas. That's correct. Las Vegas. Very, very good. All right. That's a one philosophy book. Yes, yes, yes.
Deborah, I'll bring it with Debbie Johnson got it too. So I'll mail a copy of the new just released 10th anniversary edition of the One Philosophy to Debbie Montgomery Johnson. Deborah, I will bring it to New Jersey when I see you next week.
You bet. Thank you.
Barbara Johnson also gets one mailed to her. Well done, everyone. All right, we only have 5 minutes left for this wow anniversary, and I'm going to go to Carla Hutchinson's question in just a moment, and I want to share this quote, which is not from my favorite artist, which you all know who my favorite artist is, I bet.
That was one of the easy giveaway questions.
No, that's too easy.
Everybody knows that.
I know, it's too easy. I'm wondering if anybody knows who my second favorite artist is. And there's a
Billy Joel.
No, but that's
good try. This is going to be way too deep of a cut. I don't know.
Yeah, this is too deep. You're going to go, who?
But there's a lyric that speaks to what this wow anniversary. And in one of his songs, he mentioned something along the line. He's like, and then suddenly this small idea turned into a long commitment. And that's what happened with Wow Wednesday. Is back in 2009, I thought to myself, I want to do something, that's for free to build our community, to give back. And there are lots of motivation Monday things out there. You have your Monday morning this and that. There's lots of rituals around Monday. And I started thinking, why do they call it hump day? And like, oh, I can't wait for the weekend. Like every day is a gift. So I'll do something on a Wednesday morning, say at 9 a.m. And that started in December of 2009. And that small idea, we just did it as an experiment. And look what's happened as a result. And I know all of you are thrilled that we continue to do Well Wednesday, that it served you well. And I share this with you because I want you to consider that those little seeds and small, I had no idea how to do a talk show. I had no idea what I was doing or the method and how I would market it. I just took that small seed of an idea and took action on it. And look what's happened as a result. So as you're looking at your desires for tomorrow, for the next year, for fulfilling your mission and your rally cry, follow the seeds of inspiration and take action on those small ideas that turn into commitments that serve people and serve you at a high, high level. So I wonder, does anybody know who the artist is? They probably don't.
Burge does. She won. What do you want to give her?
Wait, Burge. Oh, Burge.
I was thinking the Chat GPT would be great, Burge.
Say that again.
The Chat GPT package would be awesome for Burge.
Yes, agreed. And you can share it with your team as well. So let's do that for sure. All right. Yes, Frank Turner. If you don't know who he is, please go find him. One of my favorite albums by him is called, you're going to love it, Positive Songs for Negative People. Now, you know why I love this artist. He's also a punk rocker, so you're going another way. Okay. Yes, Katie, Frank Turner. Katie, do you want to win the Chat GPT? I think she does, and she posted in the chat. All right, sister, let's go ahead and wrap up today. Carla Hutchinson, let me answer your question. What is the best platform for creating a community? That is going to depend on what your desired experience for your community is. And there's lots of different ways you want to do it. The most important things is to choose a platform that allows for two-way communication. And here's the key from Seth Godin on building a tribe. He said, a group becomes a tribe when they are connected to an idea, connected to the leader, and connected to each other. So whatever platform you choose, make sure that it gives them the opportunity mostly to be connected to one another. So whether that's a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group, Mighty Networks is another great place. There's another one called Circle.io. So there's lots of different places that you can create your community. You want to define the type of experience you want them to have first. All right, I'm done. It's the top of the hour. Wow, what a fun day. Trish, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Yes, yes, yes. Susan, final words of wisdom from the sky.
I'm not sure I have any right now.
Of course.
I'm just too anniversary emotional. I guess my tip of the day would be, when we're talking about a rally cry, and I believe that if you show people what that is, if they can really feel it, that's the important thing. Show your authenticity, and you will automatically, based on that, attract the right tribe.
Perfect. So just be you. Beautiful.
Exactly. Authentic you.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Love you, sisters. Thank you for being my partners in success, my partners in some oopsies along the way, and lifting each other up to continue on, because we may not have it all together,
but together we have
Yeah.
it all.
Have it all.
Love you all so much. Get out there, make it an absolutely wow day today and every day. Take care, everyone. Bye, sisters.
Bye-bye.
Happy
Happy anniversary.
anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
This was awesome, ladies, as always.
Yay.
Love the distinction, Trish. I'm going to use that today.
Yes, great, Barbara.